We're going to start with Daniel Midson Short. Now, we'll interview him afterward, but he's won the Founders District International Speech Contest. He made it through the quarterfinals, which means he's on the semifinals. Third time or fourth time? Fifth time. All right. And you've been on the final stage?
Once.
So I don't know about you. That's pretty impressive. District 12 has had two people make the final stage. I don't know if either one is still in Toastmasters. So tonight, he's going to present one of his two speeches. And please take note, this will be a 5 to 7. I'm going to introduce this as if it's a contest speech, and then we'll talk to him afterward. Daniel Midson Short, truth be told. Truth be told, Daniel Midson Short.
"15 years ago, I took a trip to New York City to visit the famous Empire State Building. While I was standing in the long line waiting to get in, I locked eyes with an old man in a dusty coat and a crumpled fedora. He looked at me and he yelled, 'What's your name?' I said, 'Daniel.' 'Ah, Mr. Daniel. I'm Mr. Henry. Now, truth be told, I am homeless. But don't worry, I'm not going to ask you for any money. In fact, I came here to make a deal.' Now, I'm stuck there in the line thinking, okay. Now, in my hand, Mr. Daniel, I have a copy of the New York Times. Truth be told, it's a couple of days old, but there's some good stuff in here. Just $1 and it's all yours. What do you say? Do we have a deal?" Well, how could I resist? I gave him $1. He gave me the paper. And then he walked away. And just as Mr. Henry reached the end of the Empire State Building, he turned and said, "Mr. Daniel, do you think you'll be needing to hold on to that paper very long? Because if not, maybe I could take it back and make a few more deals today." That was 15 years ago. I don't remember anything about the Empire State Building, but I still remember Mr. Henry. The truth, contest chair and friends, is an interesting thing. We all say that we believe in it, but how often do we speak it? Now, you might have noticed that here today, I'm dressed a little bit more casually. Now, I could tell you it's because it's hot outside, but do you want to know the truth? I was too fat to fit into my suit. But hey, we all like to be comfortable, right? And to be truthful, most of the people watching at home, they're probably not even wearing pants. The truth is a tough thing to hear, but sometimes we have to listen. About a year ago, I was sitting home one evening with my fiance when she turned to me and said, "Honey, we need to talk. I think it's time that we shave your hair." For years, I had held on to one triumphant tuft of hair at the back of my head, the last bastion of hope of a balding man. I turned to her and said, "What do you mean? Everyone says it looks great." She said, "Honey, I love you, but it looks like someone half-shaved a poodle." Truth be told, I should have shaved it years ago, but nobody was honest enough to help me. Why do we lie? Honestly, because it's easier. Lies are like filler words. They creep in and they corrupt our conversations. Can you imagine that instead of the R counter, if we had a lie counter, we could call them the Truth Master, and they would catch us all out every time we say things like, "Oh, I'm just a few minutes away," or "Sorry, my phone died," or my favorite, "You look great." But how about this one? "I'm fine." All my life, no matter what problem I faced, I would tell everyone, I'm fine. Truth be told, nobody knew my secret. Behind closed doors, I was a mess. I was riddled with anxiety and I was struggling with depression. If you've ever dealt with mental health challenges, you know what that's like. You hide your face from the world, terrified that someone will find out and that the emotions will take over. And for me, in 2020, when the world shut down, so did I. My business fell apart, my relationship at the time ended, and I was all alone in lockdown. Finally, I had to tell myself the truth, and I spoke it out loud. I said, I am not fine. My lies to myself had closed me down, but I knew that telling the truth would open me up. So I reached out to my friends and my family, and I said, I need your help. I am not doing okay. The truth hurts because the truth heals. 3 years later, thanks to the support of my family and friends and a lot of self-honesty, I found my way through. And I'm grateful to say that my life today is a whole lot better than fine. My friends, lies are like filler words. When we try to stop using them, we'll realize just how much we actually do. Now, old Mr. Henry, he actually didn't lie. He was honest about who he was and what he wanted. And isn't that all that we can really ask from anyone? Now, truth be told, I didn't come here tonight just to deliver a speech. I came here to make a deal. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you for money, but I am going to ask for your honesty. We've all learned to overcome our fear of public speaking. Now, let's be brave enough to speak the truth. Let's not fill our lives with lies. Let's be honest with each other and with ourselves. My fellow truth masters, what do you say? Do we have a deal? Contest chair.